So we created just like an easy window to be able to see all of our plants.
Hello, welcome to the Handy Women YouTube channel. I am Geraldine Anello, your host and the founder of the Handy Women community, which you can find on Facebook. Today I'm very excited because we're going to talk about a project that everybody loved in the community because it's so pretty, and it is a plant window that was made by my guest today, Jackie and Kaylena. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited about this because it's so pretty. First of all, can we please see it?
Yes. Yeah. So as you can see, we really like plants.
What?
And we have a big window. So we created just like an easy window to be able to see all of our plants so we can propagate them, which is definitely more of Kaylena's thing than mine. I just enjoy the pretty plants. She takes care of them. But we just wanted a place that we could block people's view from the street because we like a lot of light. So we wanted to block the view, but also to be able to see all of our pretty plants.
So did you play with different ideas before deciding to do plants, or it was immediate, like, we know just what to do?
Always plants. Always plants. We're up to 106 in the house.
But who's counting?
Yeah, exactly. We have name tags on them as well, so we can keep track of who is who.
Oh, your name tags. I thought you were naming your plants.
No, we name the plants. We do name them just so we can easily say, oh, Johnny needs more water. Ursula's doing great. Like, it just keeps it organized.
Did you seriously memorize 106 plant names?
Not yet. We have 50. That's why they have name tags. We named them at New Year's. That was our New Year's celebration, was naming all the plants. But then we've gotten 50 more since then, and we've kind of not kept up with naming it. But most have names.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So it was a plant. So did you go with different designs? Did you think through different ways it would go, or it was an immediate, like, we know we want to do shelves?
Well, so we actually saw somebody selling basically a style of these plant windows that looked really cool. But number one, they were not nearly big enough for our window. And they were really expensive. So we kind of were like, we'd done enough little things like the plant wall back here. But like, I think maybe we can put this together. We can pull it off.
I love it. So was it like it was not your first handy project? I know I'm asking you a question, but I know the answer. So you're used to it. So how was the process?
I mean, so we looked at the kind of sample ones that we were looking at, because I'm full on willing to buy something if I can't make it as well as it is, but theirs were acrylic and we really love wood. So the first thing, we love common board at Home Depot because it's cheap.
Simple wood.
So we just figured out how long we needed common board. And then she figured out what drill bit was needed to grate the holes in the board.
Can we see? Can you take us there so we can see like where those things go?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Such a beautiful house. Oh, look at this.
So there you can kind of see the corner. So the rope actually goes through the wood.
Wait, that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we wanted to still be able to use the window. So we didn't want it to lean up against the window. So it's barely propped off the outside of the window. So it's sitting on the outside so we can still use the window, number one. And then we hung it from two spots so that it would be stable.
Can we see up?
Yeah.
What that looks like?
All the way up. Yeah.
Oh, it's on hooks. The whole thing is on hooks?
Whole thing is on hooks. We have each
and
it's holds 120 pounds.
And so how heavy is this whole structure?
Not that heavy. Not super heavy.
We keep the plants on here pretty small, pretty light, because it is just hanging from the window-sill.
Okay.
We do a lot of our propagating out of the window. So,
and you've got the windows that go up. So that's so cute. So that's why you can actually, so how do you open the window then? Do you just
lift it from the bottom?
Lift it from the bottom. They're locked now. We watch a lot of murder podcasts, so we've been locking our windows.
Yeah. So we can just lift it up from the bottom, and there's still lots of extra space. There's my hand.
I mean, I really want to see like who is going to break into a house and see this wall of plants and
never make it through the plant wall.
It's we can see what's happening outside, but when we drive up, it's really nice to see, like, you can't really see into the house. It's just
nice.
plant.
Did you actively put the shelf above where the locks are? Was that on purpose?
Not entirely. It was fortuitous. We did not plan that.
Yes, we mostly just tried to make them even, and it spaced out in our favor that way.
It's pretty convenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the pieces of woods, you bought them already pre-cut or you cut them at home?
So we brought them pre-cut, just at like the 6 foot length. In hindsight, we probably should have bought the 8 foot board and cut it a little bit because the overhang is so tiny here. And so it's a little bit like, had we thought it through, we would have maybe about 8 foot and left a solid like 3 inches on each side.
I see. So for anyone watching, if you're about to do this, leave us in the comments how you did it, how much space you left, or if you're inspired and want to do this project. So what would you do differently besides the 3 inches? Anything else?
We're still kind of trying to figure out the bottom knots. We've kind of just left them semi-tied together because the knots themselves are sturdy, but it's the leftover rope we didn't really just want to leave dangling. So we've kind of just looped them together. And if you don't look closely, it looks intentional, but it was kind of a last minute thing that we thought maybe we'll just tie it up, but it looks pretty okay. But I think we'd probably try to brainstorm how to make that look a little bit neater.
Yeah, because then you also have to think ahead of how much length you have, because you can do different knots with different lengths.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the length.
She lovingly did all the math because I just wanted the shelf. I didn't want to figure out the math.
My math wasn't perfect.
I love it. It's hard. That's the hardest part of the handiwork. Everybody thinks from the outside looking in, it's going to be the cutting, it's going to be the physical work, but a lot of time it's the measuring, isn't it?
It's the measurement. Yes. Yeah, and she did a great job with all the knots too, making them all even.
That took some work with the level to make sure that, because it has to be level this way, but it also needs to be level this way.
How did you go about doing that?
Very carefully.
No, but like, what did you use? Did you use an app? Did you use?
We have a small
just
level, and so we just put that on there.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jackie held all of the boards very lovingly above her head while I tied knots. So it is a 2-man project for sure.
No, we're handy women. 2 women project. 2 women project. We're proud of it now. We're redefining what it is to do handiwork.
Exactly. But yeah, it was
this is great.
An adventure.
How long did it take for the entire thing from beginning to end?
Not long at all. This was pretty.
It came together pretty quick.
Probably 2 to 3 hours, which is the fastest of our projects that we've done.
Yeah.
So even we were surprised with how quick it went up. We kept thinking we must have done something wrong because it was going so well.
Yeah.
Like one day we're going to hear a giant crash and it's not going to be an error. It's going to be the plans.
We kind of I test it every once in a while and tug just to see, but we really screwed the hooks really well into the windowsill. So I'm not really worried about it falling down.
Yeah. Am I noticing a different color of wood underneath and above?
No, it's all the same. It's actually just, we didn't even finish the wood. We just sanded it a little bit. We like the look of the unfinished wood, but it could definitely be stained or polyurethane if you're a little bit more worried about that.
We figured it was going to get sun bleached anyway, so might as well just go with it.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. It's beautiful. I know, I wish I had a beautiful window like that just to be able to do this. So if you're inspired and you got a beautiful window, write it down in the comment. Tell me how you went about doing your shelves. I love that it's floating shelves. I've never thought of floating shelves. I always think of shelves as very static. Well, congratulations on this awesome structure. Yeah, thanks for sharing it with us at Handy Women.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.